Hello, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the She Speaks Wrestling podcast. Now, listen, before you guys yell at me, I am very, very sorry for leaving you guys high and dry and not giving you guys another episode and kind of fumbling. So, I'm very sorry. I want to be honest. I genuinely believed that I needed to be producing like an hour long videos. And at the moment, I am only recording on my phone. And it's very hard to record an hour long video on my phone because I don't have that much storage. And it's just always like a big deal. And then, like, by the time I like edit videos and stuff, I can't export them because I don't have enough storage and I get really discouraged. So, just a whole bunch of other stuff. So, a lot of technical issues. I also want to start by saying if you hear some things in the background, I'm very sorry. I have the window open because it's pretty warm in here. Hopefully the mic is only picking up my voice. That's why I have it. If it's not, let's just bear with me. I'm doing my very best. But yeah, I just felt pretty discouraged just because of my situation. I don't have like the most expensive equipment and stuff like that. And it really wasn't making me feel good. But I also just remember like I'm doing this because I love wrestling and I love talking about it, not because I am an expertise at it, like, I'm an expert at it or anything. So I'm doing this for you guys. I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in to my very first ever podcast episode. Thank you so much. If you watched it, if you listened to it on audio on Spotify, thank you. I genuinely appreciate it because that just proves to me like I don't need all the fancy stuff. I just need to come out here and talk about wrestling, which is what I love to do. So yeah, before we even start, I want to say, yes, I have a different background, and that's just because I'm at my boyfriend's house. So yeah, I'm just too excited, and I need to talk about Elimination Chamber with y'all because it was insane, like genuinely insane. Now, before we get into it, please make sure to subscribe if you are on YouTube watching this video. Thank you. Watch and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If you are an audio listener, thank you for so much for listening on audio. Make sure to rate the podcast on Spotify because that boosts the podcast and allows other people to discover it if they like wrestling. So make sure to do that. And finally, follow me on Twitter and my TikTok and my Instagram. It will be linked down below in the description box. On my Twitter, I live tweet my thoughts and opinions on every single wrestling event, whether that be, in terms of WWE, whether that be a Friday Night SmackDown, a Monday Night Raw, NXT on Tuesdays, or PLE. I live tweet my opinions, so go follow me on there because chances are, if I'm not talking about it on here, I'm talking about it on Twitter. So now let's just get right on into it. Let's start with match by match and in that order. First off, the women's elimination chamber match. What a way to kick off the elimination chamber, right? Like, I always do predictions with my boyfriend, for every PLE, just because it adds like a little fun extra, whatever. It's not really for anything rather than just like to see who got the most predictions correct. So let's start with my predictions. I'm just going to go over my predictions. I think my boyfriend actually beat me in terms of like, predictions. I think he beat me. He got a lot of things right. But so did I. So let's start with me. So starting for the match, I had Liv Morgan with Bianca Belair or Naomi to start. And that's exactly what happened. Liv Morgan and Naomi started the match. But before we can even start the match officially and get into it, right? Before either one of these women had the opportunity to throw a punch, Jade Cargill's music hits. And the look of shock on my face, I didn't even scream. I didn't do anything but just was in genuine shock. I could not believe that WWE did it. Like, now listen, I knew there were rumors of Jade coming back, of when she was going to come back. And I think I saw on Twitter somewhere that she was finally actually cleared to compete, which was very exciting to hear. I just didn't know when she was actually going to come out, and for her to come out right away, like the start of the show, I love that because it just took it surprises me. You know, it surprised everybody. I think it's not what you would expect. If anything, I expected her to come at like towards the end, like towards the final two people, but no, she comes out right in the beginning, and it makes sense. You know, she's not gonna let Naomi start because everyone at this moment, right, we all think it's Liv and Raquel that attacked Jade. So Liv is with a look of like concern on her face. She's genuinely terrified. Naomi's just kind of staring back like then she looks at Bianca like and then right when we think Jade is gonna go and attack Liv, she attacks Naomi, and I mean attacks Naomi. She beat this girl down, like pushed like pushing her through every pod and like the chains of the chamber, like closing the chamber door on her, like just ragdolling her. So much so that Naomi is considered eliminated because she can no longer compete. And in the entire time this is happening, Bianca Belair is locked in a pod, and she has to see her two friends, her two tag team champion like partners, fighting one another, or more so Jade beating up Naomi, and she is screaming, she is pleading. Honestly, Bianca's acting, she should have won an Oscar just for that. She was acting down. She looked amazing. They all looked amazing. All three women looked so amazing. They played their roles perfectly. And I'm just so excited to see where this is going to head, because now we are assuming that Naomi's the one that attacked Jade. But I still think that Bianca had something to do with it, just because of the emotion that she was, I don't know. And it's my theory that Bianca and Naomi conspired to take Jade out because Jade was bringing up too much star power, right? Bianca's supposed to be the EST of the WWE. She's supposed to be the best. And Naomi she had her return at the Rumble, and she's feeling like, you know, damn, like I'm kind of being pushed to a side. Like I'm being pushed to a side. Nobody's paying attention to me as much. And they conspired to take her out. And then I think the only reason why Jade was attacking Naomi and not Bianca is because Bianca was locked in the pod. She couldn't get to her. She got to Naomi though. And it just looks like, you know, she still has unfinished business with them now. I wouldn't be surprised if they just scrap that completely, scrap the Bianca involvement completely, and just have it be Naomi versus Jade at WrestleMania. I would still be excited for it. But I really, even though Bianca is going to now, like, as we all know, Bianca won the Women's Chamber, she's going to face either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky, which is great. I just really want them to still talk about her involvement with Jade and Naomi. Like, don't drop the ball on that. I get it. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a way that they can do it where it's going to make sense with Bianca still being involved with Rhea and Io and whatever they have going on for Mania, but still finishing up her involvement with the tag like division with her and Naomi, and still have Naomi and Jade have the WrestleMania match. I don't know. I think that's what's going to happen. Moving on, I also want to just say for my predictions, I had Bianca eliminates Naomi, which obviously did not happen. But I also had Roxanne eliminating Bayley, which did not happen, which I think WWE genuinely dropped the ball for. In the beginning of the chamber, I want to say that Bayley was kind of my MVP. I think she was really going in on everybody. When she came out, she went for everyone. She went for Liv, she went for Bianca, she went for Roxanne, beating them up. Her and Roxanne had a lot of amazing moments in the chamber. I just felt like one of them should have eliminated the other. Now, I believe that Bayley, I forgot what eliminated her. I think Roxanne hit pop rocks on her. I'm not too sure. I'm not 1,000% sure, but ultimately Liv got the elimination on Bayley. I think they kind of dropped the ball on that. I think Roxanne should have eliminated her. That way it could have propelled whatever they had going for Mania, if they're even going to have a Mania match to begin with at this point, because I don't know. I really don't know. But the real MVP of the entire match from start to finish, I feel like, was Liv Morgan. That is who I had to win. But she didn't. It was Bianca, and I get that. Amazing match on paper, but damn, would have been amazing to see Liv and Io and Rhea as a triple threat. It's still going to be amazing to see if it happens with Bianca as well. I'm not complaining. Both women are spectacular, but Liv has been proving time and time again that she is a contender to be up there with one of the greatest, and she is putting forth on her resume that she isn't somebody to be ignored, and I love that for her. So Liv, standout MVP. She did absolutely amazing, taking so many crazy bumps and shots. Like, my girl is literally bruised up. Like, insert photo here. She is bruised the F up. Oh, another thing. I do want to say about the women's chamber, I feel like because the Jade situation with Naomi happened right in the beginning, I felt like the crowd, even myself, and I was at home, I felt like it kind of took away from the beginning of the match just a little bit because we were all still in kind of shock, and it kind of like slowed down the pace a little bit because we just had a really high and then we went right back down to a normal match, you know what I mean, quote unquote. And then it had to pick up again in like second gear, which is like kind of expected because you had a big, like, something big happening in the beginning. But for a minute, I said it even while I was watching to my boyfriend, I was like, it kind of took a little bit of the wind out of my sails. But as the match continued, Liv, Bianca, Roxanne, Bailey, Alexa, they played their part and they got the crowd up for as much as they can be, because again, Toronto, you were too quiet for me. I'm sorry. Too quiet. Like, I feel like if this was France, they would have been screaming at the top of the rooftops. Like, I'm sorry, any other international spot, they would have been yelling. Even some United States, like even some states here in USA, like they could have been, could have been louder. Like, I'm sorry. Toronto, you were too quiet for me. Team, and honestly, I knew they were quiet because the announce team had said it like multiple times. They were like, "Oh, a state of shock, this has a hush over this Toronto crowd because y'all were quiet. Y'all were too quiet. Sorry." Anyways, moving on to, I think we can all agree, was the weakest match of the night. That is Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Candice LeRae and Nia Jax in a tag match. I want to just start by saying as well, like, I felt like the Toronto crowd was very quiet, and in my opinion, WWE should not go back to Toronto. I don't care what my Toronto natives had to say. Y'all were too quiet for me. I don't care if you're not that excited to see Trish Stratus. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, I don't care if you're not that excited for the match. It is Trish Stratus. She is from your home. Like, she's from Toronto. Why are you guys so quiet? Like, she came out there 25th year. My sister's like 40 something, putting her body out on the line for y'all, and y'all are real quiet. Like, if I saw Trish Stratus wrestling, you know how loud I would be? You know the pop I would give? Like, maybe the cameras didn't do it right, but I don't know. I've been seeing some vlogs of people that were there, and they still seemed quiet, even on their phones. So it's just like, not for me. Y'all need to get a little louder. WWE, don't go back to Toronto. I'm dead serious. Do not go. Other parts of Canada are pretty loud. Not Toronto, though. Dead ass. Trish Stratus and Tiffany obviously got the dub on that one, just because Trish is from Toronto. Tiffany's the champion. Why would they lose? I do like, however, that they had Tiffany pin Nia. I think this just cements that their rivalry is over, and Tiffany can now just simply worry about Charlotte Flair and her Mania match with her. Really cute, really simple, not that big of a deal for this match. I felt like it could have honestly went on a SmackDown, but hell, I'm not mad at it. Cute, something to fill up the card. Moving on to a contender, if a contender to be match of the year, not just match of the year, we have Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match. Guys, this match was brutal. These men were beating the fuck out of each other, like genuinely beating each other up. But not on top of that, though, there was so much story being told between the two, because we all know these are best friends. These are brothers, if anything, and the way they were hurting one another, it's hard to witness. It's really hard to witness because of the story that's happening. Sami feeling betrayed by his friend Kevin, and Kevin feeling betrayed by Sami, but Kevin is wrong. Kevin is in the wrong here, because it's like, you're delusional, like, it's amazing. Both men played their parts so well. I think Kevin Owens is going to go down as one of the best storytellers in this business. He can play heel so amazingly. It makes sense for him. When he is a heel, he's making rational points. And when he is a face, he is completely over, and he can get the crowd up from him. But like, he's gonna go down as one of the greatest. Genuinely great promos, great in-ring work, great storytelling, all around amazing man. And that's to take nothing away from Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn is a guy that can put on a fucking banger, but Kevin is just a superstar in my opinion, and I really want to see him win another world championship one day. But Kevin Owens got the dub, and I think this was the perfect decision. That was actually my prediction. I think this was the perfect decision because he needs a win. He needs to solidify himself. He needs a win. And it makes sense because in this scenario, you know, in kayfabe, Sami is the one that is hurt. He wasn't even supposed to be out there. That's why the match was in sanctions to begin with. So it doesn't hurt Sami at all, but it definitely helps Kevin and his credibility. The one complaint I have about this match is that I really wish they bled. I really wish they were allowed to bleed. I don't know what was like. I kind of mentioned it to my boyfriend at a certain point. I was like, it's kind of weird that they still haven't, you know, been busted open. Like, just a little bit. Like, we have a chair wrapped in barbed wire, and you mean to tell me that he's not bleeding? Interesting. We have Kevin Owens throwing the chair to Sami's dome like every 2 seconds. You mean to tell me he's not bleeding? Like, no. I think the reason why they didn't have them bleed is probably because they didn't want to mess it up for the men's chamber. I don't know, really. And I also think because they had the sponsors on the mat. I really didn't love the sponsor. What was the Novocaine right in the middle of the. I'm not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. Listen, when they did it with Fortnite, you saw the eruption on Twitter. People were not a big fan. I wasn't a big fan. I think they need to stick. If they want to put stuff on the mat, go ahead. That doesn't really bother me. But if you're going to put something right on the middle, please let it just be the WWE logo and only the WWE logo. Everything else on the side, you could put Slim Jim, you could put Fortnite, you could put Snickers, you could put Novocaine, put whatever you want. But right in the middle, I think it really was a little too distracting in my opinion. Like it was genuinely annoying. Like at a certain point, I was like, what does the mat even say? Like I didn't even like register. I was like, what the fuck? And yeah, that's my one takeaway is like, I wish these men bled. I really wish, I think it would have added a lot. I don't know. I really wish they would have bled. That's just my one pivy. I was like, it's kind of weird that they haven't been busted open yet and they're beating the fuck out one another. Why aren't they bleeding? I needed to see, like, even at a certain point, Sami was like checking his head to see if he was bleeding and he's not. So it's just like, why even do that? But anyways, as the match ends, we hear my GOAT's theme song, my GOATs of all GOATs, okay? My greatest of all time. Randy Orton makes his return back to the WWE after being taken out by a package pile driver delivered by Kevin Owens months prior. I believe it was on a SmackDown. And he comes back jacked as ever, okay? Looking amazing with the crowd behind him as always. And in the ring, Kevin Owens is visibly crying after going through war with his best friend. Kevin Owens now has to face another friend that he had taken out previously to confront. And now he has to confront his old friend, Randy Orton. He is crying. He is visibly upset. He's like, come on. Oh, so good. Randy gets in the ring and obviously delivers a killer RKO and then picks up the chair, and Randy looks at Kevin as Kevin's laying down on the floor, and we all think Randy's gonna hit him with the chair, and I called it. I said he better punt kick this man. He better punt kick him, because I don't know how many years it's been since I've seen Randy Orton deliver a punt kick, but it's been a couple of goddamn years, okay? Randy Orton sets up for the punt kick. As he's running towards Kevin, he is literally less than like 5 inches away. Stupid security comes and finally does their job and takes Randy out. Mind you, when Kevin was still beating up Sami after the match had already been won, security's not doing anything. They're like, Kevin, stop. Don't hit, But you guys didn't stop him from doing that. But why are you going to stop Randy from delivering a much deserved punt kick to Kevin Owens? That was the one annoying thing. I was like, okay, I get it. They're teasing us. We're going to get the punt kick, y'all. We're going to get it. And when we do get that punt kick, y'all, I'm going to scream my head off. But damn, I really wish we would have saw it. But now we can just honestly say Kevin versus Randy will be the WrestleMania match. It's kind of a shame that Sami doesn't get it, because I think these men can deliver another banger for sure. But I think it kind of makes sense a little bit, Randy versus Kevin, just because Randy was taken out from Kevin. There's a story there for sure. These two men have history, and I don't know. It all goes to show what's the bigger marquee. Sad to say, it's Randy, right? So I'm very excited. I honestly hope they just throw Sammy in it, triple threat. I don't know. Would it make sense? Not necessarily, but I think we're gonna actually end up getting Sammy versus Karrion Kross. It all depends what we see here on Monday Night Raw. I'm filming this on Monday, so it depends on what we see. I doubt Sammy's gonna show up though after what he just went through, but I definitely could see Karrion Kross cutting a vignette type promo video package and just calling out Sammy like, look what you could not do. I told you. I don't know, something. But I think that might be the Mania match. That is a possibility of what we might be getting. That is a possibility of what we might be getting. So yeah, moving on to the match that broke the internet. Honestly, it wasn't even the match. It was what happened after. But the start of this whole entire thing is one big match to me. Okay, I'm gonna talk about it as if it's this whole thing. This broke the space-time continuum for WWE. This broke wrestling space-time continuum, genuinely. We have the men's elimination chamber. We have John Cena, Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Seth freaking Rollins, and did I say and CM Punk. I had Seth and Drew starting the match, which ended up happening. I had Damian Priest eliminating Drew McIntyre, which ended up happening. Do I love the way Drew McIntyre was eliminated in this match? No. I'm kind of over him getting rolled up, y'all. Kind of over it. He gets rolled up every 2 seconds and then has the same expression. It's okay, we get it. I get why they're doing it though, because how else are you gonna kind of pin him? But it's almost if you can roll him up this much, you can honestly just pin him. You know what I mean? You could honestly just pin him at this point. But hell, whatever. I understand the purpose of this whole thing. We're gonna get Damian versus Drew at Mania. I know a lot of people aren't that excited for it. I am, because I am one of the few that really like Damian Priest. I don't mind that they're pushing him this much. I don't mind that they're building him to be this character, because he is that good. I'm sorry. Is he the best person on the mic? No, but I think he is getting up there. He's gaining a lot of confidence speaking, and I think he is a very much worthy and credible champion to be. He can be a champion. He was a champion. He's very credible, and it doesn't make sense to me all this hate on him. I've seen some people say he was a little sore thumb in the chamber. I think the only sore thumb there was Logan Paul, in my opinion. Everybody else in the match was a previous world champ. So who's really the sore thumb? Everyone there has a story with at least one person there. Okay then. So I didn't mind it. Damian, Drew, Mania. I'm excited. These men are going to slug it out, beat each other the fuck up. I'm here for it. And because Damian eliminated Drew then I forgot what he did to Damian. I'm not too sure on the logistics. Probably hit a Claymore or something. But taking out Damian for a little bit, and that allowed Logan Paul to get the dub. Do I love that Logan Paul pinned Damian Priest 1, 2, 3? Absolutely not. But I think he needed an elimination. I'm pretty sure that was in his contract. He gets an elimination there. So there it was. I had CM Punk winning. Now, before y'all say anything, I love John Cena. I understand why everyone wants him to win. And I'm happy that he won. Don't get me wrong. I am definitely happy that he won. I just had CM Punk because even though I kind of knew John Cena was going to win, I wanted Punk to win because I'm just still hoping that Punk gets his main event at WrestleMania. I know he's already said he honestly does not care about it anymore. I do. If you don't care about it anymore, Phil, I do. I care about it for you. I want him to main event WrestleMania once, at least once. I don't know if that's going to happen this Mania. I really don't. I hope it does. I really hope, but I don't know. We have John Cena winning the Elimination Chamber. Now, how did he win? Well, it was between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and John Cena, the final three. Now, Seth is all obsessed with CM Punk, completely mad Honestly, he's reaching the level of obsession that date like Drew McIntyre was at. Genuinely, he's reaching that level of crazy, because he starts to push John Cena away from CM Punk and says, he's mine. If anyone's gonna take him out, it's gonna be me. Kid. We don't get points for who eliminates who, mama. We don't get points for that. We just gotta go to WrestleMania. You know what I mean? He's completely mad. Starts getting mad at John Cena for trying to eliminate CM Punk. And then in the midst of all that, he's the one that gets eliminated by, I believe, CM Punk, if I'm not mistaken. And then when CM Punk is caught in the STF, the STF. He's caught in the STF by John Cena, which he was caught in before, but he escaped it. This time he's at the ropes. He's ready to kind of break out of it. And all of a sudden, Seth Rollins hits him with the curb stomp. Mind you, Seth Rollins is eliminated. I was like, bro, has he not exited the fucking chamber yet? What the fuck? So he gets eliminated. So he curb stomps CM Punk, exits the ring. This is hilarious. Exits the ring. And as he's outside of the chamber watching, holding on to the chains, watching, yelling, die! I kid you not, yelling, die! To CM Punk. This man is delusional. He's insane. He starts yelling die to CM Punk as CM Punk is getting choked out by John Cena in this STFU or STF, whatever. And then the ref checks on Punk, and Punk is passed out. Okay, got put to sleep by John Cena, and John Cena ends up being the winner. Mind you, John Cena took advantage of the curb stomp. Okay, that was like seed number 3, because there were multiple seeds being planted of his heel turn, right? But we thinking, John Cena does get serious. He's not a heel, but he does get serious. He doesn't always smile all the time. And that's what I thought. I was like, shit, I'll take advantage too. Babyface or not, I'm taking advantage. No, he took advantage, genuinely. That's something Cena rarely ever does, or if he ever does, So took advantage of the curb stomp, pulls Punk back into the middle of the ring, and puts Punk to sleep. Funny enough, puts Punk to sleep and wins the chamber. And right after his celebration, John Cena is going to WrestleMania to win number 17. Here comes Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is about to answer to The Rock of whether or not he is going to sell his soul to him. Now, when I asked this question to my boyfriend, do you think he's going to do it? Yes or no? My boyfriend said no. I said yes. And the only reason why I said yes is because I could definitely see Cody being this mad, paranoid king who is kind of tired of all his friends turning on him. He's over it. He needs that extra level of protection. He needs to ensure that his championship is going to stay with him. The championship that he has fought years and years for is going to stay on his shoulders. I thought he was going to say yes, but to my dismay, he said no. Mind you, The Rock comes out with Travis Scott. And then Travis Scott is in the ring staging himself. Y'all, I don't even know. At first, I thought he was sparking a blunt. I was like, again? A fucking gain. But no, he's staging himself. I have no idea what that's about. So yeah, The Rock straight up asked him, are you going to sell your soul to me? Cody says no. He actually tells The Rock, go fuck yourself. Doesn't bleep fuck you, by the way. They don't bleep fuck you. I'm like, oh yeah. So tells The Rock, go fuck yourself. You have John Cena woo, yay, literally skipping in the ring, yay, go Cody, don't sell your soul, woo. And then hugs Cody super tight, facing The Rock, and The Rock just looks at John Cena with this most menacing glare. If I didn't know this was professional wrestling, and I thought this was I don't know, if this was a video game or something, or a movie, I would genuinely believe that The Rock was controlling John Cena as a robot, because the way John's face goes from this happy-go-lucky, the John Cena we all know, to completely morphing, we see his face morph in real time to this most evil, sinister look. Y'all, John Cena might need an Oscar. There, I said it. He might need an Oscar, a Tony, an Emmy. Because man is acting down. Okay, his face morphed into like the most scary, creepy thing. The Rock looks at John and says, kill him. Like, signals to like cut his throat, kill Cody. And John Cena then low blows Cody Rhodes. The audience goes fucking berserk as they got there. I went, me in my living room, popping, like I actually recorded my reaction to the entire chamber. If you guys want to see some clips of that, I'll try to post it maybe on like TikTok or something. I don't know yet, but he lows blows Cody. Then as Cody's just sitting there, John starts beating him. Like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, this was so jarring to me because growing up, John Cena has always been this baby face, right? Even when he was Doctor of Thugonomics, right? And he was technically still kind of a heel and stuff. He was loved belovedly by the crowd. People loved him. He turned face in like 2003, y'all. I was born in 2002. My entire existence of watching wrestling, right, from when I can like genuinely process and remember everything, not going back, my entire existence of watching wrestling, John Cena has only ever been a baby face. I've never seen this man beat somebody up the way he beat up Cody Rhodes. It was genuinely shocking. It was jarring to me. I wished this for so long, but to see it, it was honestly so uncomfortable. I was like, what the fuck? I never thought I would see this ever. He is beating him up, beating Cody down. Then he picks up, at first they said it was brass knuckles. He's using it as brass knuckles, but it's not. It's a watch. I think the watch has some sort of significance. I believe this is a watch like Cody got from The Rock, or I don't even know. I don't believe this is the same watch that Dusty had. I don't believe it's that watch because I'm pretty sure that watch was like silver or something. If it is, then okay, maybe I'm fucked up. But picks up the watch, puts it on his knuckles, and starts beating Cody, bashing his head in. Cody starts to bleed. The bleeding adds so much, by the way. Cody starts bleeding. Honestly, he's kind of like pleading, like, what is going, like, like looking around, like, what is happening? John Cena just has this most menacing look. Then Travis Scott slaps the fuck out of Cody. Nobody told Travis this was fake. Nobody told Travis it's never that serious, King. Like, slaps the fuck out of Cody Rhodes. And the three men, The Rock, John Cena, and Travis Scott, are standing in the middle of the ring over Cody's like corpse. And John Cena picks up the WWE championships, put it on his, like, holds it up, looks so menacing into the camera, and then throws it on Cody's carcass. Like, and they exit the ring. I'm baffled. When I tell you the space-time continuum has been broken, we have now entered a different dimension, y'all. Like, there's a dimension out there that John Cena never turned heel. Never, not once. And we are now in the new dimension. Like, wrestling forever is now going to be changed. I don't think people understand. Like, I have people that do not watch wrestling, right, to this day, that used to watch it when they were kids, my age, do not watch it now, do not keep up with the product now, do not care about it now. And they've all been texting me, all been telling me, yo, what the fuck did I just see? It's like everywhere. It's on Twitter, it's on TikTok, it's on Instagram. Everyone's been telling me, Adriana, what is going on with John Cena? Why is he evil? Like, what's happening? This has broken the internet, y'all. This is crazy. Like, this really might be up there, y'all. Like, I don't know what this could be up there with, but it's up there with something. Like, this is up there with Stone Cold teaming up with Vince McMahon. This is up there with The Shield breaking up and Seth Rollins going corporate. This is up there with anybody who has turned corporate. This is up there. Okay, this might be, in my opinion, this is bigger. This is bigger because it's on a massive scale. It's on a different scale compared to how it was before. This is on the internet, y'all. This is everywhere. You have people who no longer watch wrestling keeping up with this. This is crazy. This is genuinely crazy. John Cena turned heel in 2025. It has been since 2003 to 2025. I don't even know how many years that. I'm 22, about to be 23. It has been 22, 21-ish years since John Cena has been a heel. This is there are people who are just born. Like, I think you understand, like, this whatever, you guys get it. You guys get it. This is actually crazy. So yeah, that was insane. That, like, overall, the Elimination Chamber ate down. The Elimination Chamber actually spit up and chewed the Royal Rumble up. I'm dead serious. I thought the Royal Rumble was going to be exactly what the Elimination Chamber was. And Triple H saw all of our complaints on Twitter. He saw everyone being like, yeah, the road to WrestleMania is shit. What is he doing after the Royal Rumble? And he's like, oh, okay. Hold my water bottle. Literally hold my water bottle. Let me show y'all what I could do. Okay. Stop. Let me cook. I had to just let him cook because this was crazy. I saw the press conference and he literally said in the press conference, he's like, oh, are we on the road to WrestleMania now? Oh, he ate us up. He chewed us up. I was like, okay, Paul Triple H the vet, relax. What is that? Is that hair I see growing out of your bald ass? Nah. No, but like he you could tell like he was proud of himself, as he should be. And to everyone else involved, you all should be fucking proud, because wow, what a show, man. What a show. Also in the press conference, John Cena comes out, drops the mic, literally picks up the mic, doesn't answer not one question, just drops it and leaves. So I'm very excited for this Monday. Obviously I hope we can see him, and I hope he can talk about what the hell. They haven't announced that he's going to be there. I'm pretty sure they have not announced it. They have announced that Seth Rollins will be making an appearance. I forgot who else. Bianca Belair will be making an appearance. Let me look it up. Also, The Rock was there at the press conference. He talked a lot. I'm not gonna lie, he talked a lot. I mean, when does he not talk a lot? I'm trying to remember like some of the highlights of what he said. I think he said like he was very proud of like John. He was proud of everybody involved. I believe he also mentioned like, he didn't really say too much. Like he didn't say like, I'm not too, nothing that he said is like, oh my god, oh, you know. But yeah, I don't know if I mentioned at the end of the women's elimination chamber match when Bianca was celebrating, Rhea Ripley came out and then Io came out. Oh, I need a triple threat. I don't even care. Like, please, I do not want to see a one-on-one match with you. Like, obviously I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna be excited for it, but I really would be so much more excited if we get a triple threat between those three women. Like, the road to WrestleMania is looking stacked. Just want to see. Okay, yeah. So Wrestle Ops on Twitter said that it has been advertised for Monday Night Raw. We're getting obviously the Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky match. I am hype. I need some chaos to ensue. I cannot, like, I don't want either one of these women to win clean. Like, or not win clean, but like, I want some chaos. Okay, I really want either Bianca getting involved, or I don't care. Somebody got to come up and violate this match, fuck it up, so we could get this triple threat. Dead serious. I am excited, however, for CM Punk to make his appearance, Seth Rollins, and I'm excited to see what Bianca Belair has to say with the whole Jade Cargill and Naomi situation. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to be on the lookout for another video / podcast to come out hopefully very, very soon. And be on the lookout for a very, very, very interesting vlog that may or may not come up around maybe next week, where I might be at a premium live event or a premium show or live show. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, just be on the lookout. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe or rate my podcast on Spotify. It will do a lot for me, so please do that. If you are listening on audio, thank you. And be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I will have those all linked down below. Bye, guys.